Well, guys, we're here. We've survived another week. We're back for Fuck My Life, episode 30. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I saw you're blaming me in the chat for us being
true.
on time.
It technically is true. You walked away right.
Yeah, but I said,
time.
hey, I'm just going to go grab this real quick. And you're like, don't worry, you're fine.
Yeah,
you
true.
put in the chat, this fucking piece of shit.
It is true. I mean, it was fine. It's not like you're a slave and you have to stay in your fucking spot or else you're going to get the whip, you know? You can get up. It is fine.
I'm going to be real. I think that being a slave would be a relatively easy life.
You think so?
Yes. Like,
give me 3 reasons why.
They give you food, they give you lodging, like, you know, your schedule. There's really no expectations other than pick this cotton or like move this thing, or you need you absolutely no creativity. It is
except for you get fucking beat when you don't do what they want.
But yeah, if you're a piece of shit.
They'll, like,
I don't think the good slaves got beat.
Off and steal your children from you.
Hold on. I don't think the good slaves got beat. I think the good slaves were probably rewarded. I think most people probably treated their slaves perfectly fine. I think it sounds like an easy life, and I think everybody is like
dramatic,
really freaking out. Yeah. I guarantee you, we go back to that. There's a lot of people's lives would be better off now. Just saying.
Interesting take to start off the week with.
We're already paying like all these taxes that go to assisted housing and welfare and EBT. We're basically housing and feeding people right now, right? Like, we haven't really changed. We just have to be bothered when we're in movie theaters more often now by people on their like cell phones. You know, I'm just saying.
Well, it seems that a couple of people agree with you because Ludacris has come in with a $52 donation saying, woo.
Luda.
Maybe there are people out there who definitely agree with you on that take. I don't know if I would quite agree, but that's because I would be dead in a week, you know? So, like, of course, if I was a slave, I'd be cooked. So maybe that's why I don't fully agree with that.
I think I could make it.
You think so?
I do.
I mean, probably.
I think I'd be all right. I think I'd be like...
I think a high percentage of people would probably be okay in theory.
I think I'd be like the head slave, right? I would get a lot of advantage. I'd be like
the top of the slavery food chain.
Other ones around.
Interesting.
Look at the cat.
Where?
He's right by your arm.
He wants to see what I've got.
I know.
Hey, Bilbo. What's up? It's not for you.
Usually he's chilling. In your chair, right?
Yeah, usually he's sitting in the chair, but I guess he wants to see what is special, what's going on. Thank you for the $52.
Thank you.
Ryan is he's got the big bottle. It's probably the biggest bottle of alcohol I've ever seen.
Like, other than maybe when you go to distilleries and see random, like, promotional random things they have.
Well, yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, because like those they'll make in like these special like ornamental bottles and stuff, and like for the promotional purposes or like giveaways and stuff like that. But generally, I'd probably say that
is a 3-liter bottle. Usually, look, here in America, when you're just walking around into a liquor store or whatever, the biggest you see is 1.75. That's pretty much the standard. This is thanks to Cole Hauser, who's in town. Cole Hauser fucking brought me a 3-liter bottle of Crown. So shout out to him. I don't know what it would be when it's bigger than a handle, right? What is bigger than a handle? It's 3 liters apparently.
Oh, there you go. I mean, you'll go through that in a month if you're lucky, so at least you got it.
If I am lucky. Means we're getting super chats. That's lucky.
Or you're having a couple of really rough days, a couple of depressing days. You're like, shit, I gotta take a swig and I don't want to get up from my desk. Well, guess I gotta do what I gotta do.
That's my secret, Vera. Every day's a rough day.
Yeah, and whenever I say that, you're like, I'm not an alcoholic.
You know, people are like, wow, Ryan, you look sad today. You look rough today. It's like, I feel like that every day. Some days I just don't have the energy to hide it. Okay. That's the reality.
No, I get that. Fake ass whip, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And David Smart Jr., thank you for the 5. All hail the panel. I'm drunk. I have nothing to say, but you're awesome. And I love it when you tag team to destroy anyone who's disrespectful. Cheers, fuck my life. Well, thank you for the 5. David, I think every day that you come in here, you're drunk. So
bro, David's drunk
I respect
every day.
it. Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I respect the hell out of it. He ain't playing around. He ain't pretending. None of this. I'm not an alcoholic. He's just, I'm drunk every day.
I'm definitely an alcoholic, he says.
I respect that. Now, I am not an alcoholic, but I'm not saying that as the person that I just said is denying it. Truly, I just, honestly, most of the time, the only time you guys see me drinking is on stream, for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a bad day here or there, but...
Yeah, you just put it in
a different cup.
You put it in a different cup, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm just drinking water or something."
Oh,
we all know what you're drinking
in here or something. This is my water.
Yeah, you're drinking a lot of that water, Ryan. But thank you guys for the donations, much appreciated. Let's start off with Highguard. So, Highguard has been. You sound like a fucking Pokemon in Pokopia.
We're doing a little bit of taps, right? We're doing taps.
Well,
dead.
Yeah, it is dead. I had this meme up on my screen still. I think I sent this to you, right? I think that's so fucking funny. When he made a joke to the wrong person, now you have to listen to a lecture on human rights, racism, and homophobia. But Highguard, it didn't survive for very long. The game, hey, I mean, it had a decent start, right? Like, imagine how many developers out there would kill to have almost 100,000 people in their game day one. Like, I get that there are games that are significantly larger, for sure, but there are also so many games that average at like 5 to 10,000 people. I mean, even looking at other live service games, you're seeing things like of course, Highguard, like Concord, like, I mean, so freaking many that just end up failing out of the gate. And then you get something like this, it gets, 100K. That's pretty solid. And well, guys, it's officially dead. The servers have gone offline, but apparently not too offline, as there's currently 14 developers that are in game, and 18 is the 24-hour peak. It seems that maybe over the weekend they were having their final fuck my life party. They were wasting away. That's pretty sad.
That one guy who posted, I did see the guy who posted that long article,
Josh Sobel
blaming gamers and blaming YouTubers and stuff. He did come back to Twitter last week and was like, I realized that maybe I said some things I shouldn't have in the heat of the moment, but I don't regret it and I don't take it back. It's like, well, why'd you even say anything? Just
and you know what he did after that, right?
Bitch. Huh?
And you know what he did after that?
Deactivate?
Yeah, he deleted his fucking account again.
Again.
So it's like, why even come back at that point? Like, just to try to have the last laugh, I guess, because he feels like his stance was like misinterpreted, or maybe he was misquoted. Like, that's the only thing I could think, because otherwise, does he have a fucking embarrassment kink?
Here's like the reality about the internet and stuff. There are some people that are not built for it. And I actually think that that's most people. I think that most people aren't. In terms of when you get a ton of attention, like positive attention, of course, everybody loves positive attention. Negative attention, it can fucking destroy people. And it's one thing when you're doing what we're doing, Vera, and you're live streaming and you're you're putting videos out every day and it's your opinion. And every once in a while, there's going to be some people that completely vehemently disagree with you and you get some pushback. Take your marathon clip that came out the other day, right? That people grabbed at 30 seconds of you and your like 4-hour marathon live stream.
30 seconds of 5 hours.
Right.
And
you were getting
it got a couple billion like views between all of them, but like, why would I give a fuck? You know, I have the thick skin in order to deal with that. I just genuinely don't care. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still attention, and like that's still a positive in the realm of YouTube. But like,
I disagree with that.
But it's like, it's a clip. It's not like, oh, I just admitted to doing something terrible, or somebody found out I did something terrible. In terms of, a gameplay clip, like that's not consequential at all. Of course, there are certain contexts where any attention is bad, but a 30-second gameplay clip from people who don't watch me, were never gonna watch me, and clearly they were looking for something to attack people based on, because like there were other people that they clipped as well, so like they were just going to find the next game that I play or the game before that I play and just find that clip anyway.
Exactly. And you know, when you're somebody like this who fairly low profile, if Jeff Keighley doesn't make this announcement for Highguard at the end of the Game Awards, it's not even really that big of a deal when all of this happens. Probably it's just another fart in the wind and no one really pays too much attention to it. But this is somebody who was not made for this.
Yeah.
And when you get that much negative attention, you don't know what to do and you spurg out and you freak out. And the idea that he tweeted it out, blame gamers, then he deleted his account, then he comes back and reactivates his account and gets roasted again and then deactivates it. There are just some people that are not meant for the internet. And sometimes it's not an easy thing, right? When you've got a bunch of people, thousands of people tagging you, hounding you, whatever, it's not for everybody. Even a lot of people in the chat, I guarantee you, if you think, oh, what's the big deal? If you're public, if we actually know your name, you're putting stuff out and people are roasting you, there's some of you guys too that wouldn't be able to handle it. It's not something that is for everybody.
Well, right, exactly. And what makes it even worse for these types of people is the fact that they live in a toxic echo chamber. It's toxic positivity. It's, oh, you can do no wrong. And anybody who disagrees with you or anybody who criticizes you is an isterophobe. And so these people are coddled even more than just an average person. And so it's like the stone that hits them is it hits them 10 times harder. And like, I do get the mentality of, oh, you like, you need to address certain things, but at the same time, nothing that he addressed was like, it like needed to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he released some revolutionary statement or some massive bombshell or piece of information or was addressing something in a way that changed the context of the situation. Like, sure, if you as a developer want to just come out and be like, hey, we did the best we could, that's one thing. But then to double down on your, oh, I was misunderstood and people were taking my quotes out of context and, oh, everyone's being so mean to me, like, it's just, why even do that at that point?
I value the connections I've made here. That's why I reactivated and then
delete. Right? Like, what the fuck are you saying? You are just admitting that you don't actually value any connections made on this site, or else you would just not open your notifications and you would just ignore it. Like, that's what I did. You know what I did when I saw this marathon clip? I just maybe once a day clicked it, and that was it, because otherwise I don't care. You're not going to change my stance or my opinion. And so Josh Sobel should do the same freaking thing. It's just
look, anyone
whose
handle is Joshy Poo is
but
not.
He's autistic, so people were bullying him based on that. That was his fucking excuse. Like, holy shit. Nobody cares that you're autistic, man. Literally nobody.
Especially because all the people who say they're autistic now are just self-diagnosed.
Right.
Like they're not actually getting a diagnosis of autism. It's nothing like that. They're just like, hey, you're a little weird, man. You ever think you might be autistic? They're like,
I played Pokemon. I played Pokemon Pocopia for 45 hours straight. I must be autistic. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what these people do.
I really like watching trains when they go by. I must be autistic. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so sad that this is so fucking true. That this is actually the way that people act and what they do, and it's so hilarious to me. But yeah, he had made the initial statement, deleted his account or deactivated it. Then he reactivated it to say this, which is like, I stand by the intent behind what I said, but I phrased it poorly and some of my anger was misdirected. I believe the online discourse around Highguard had some very dark quarters that may have accelerated the timeline of our failure beyond the natural outcome of reasonable critique, but it wasn't the primary cause, and don't personally believe the ultimate outcome would have been thoroughly different without it. There were a lot of elements involved, and there's no way to know how it would have gone under different circumstances. I restored my Twitter account a few days before the 1 month no recover date because I value the connections I've made on here. Yeah, the lie detectors determined that that's a lie. I'll be keeping replies locked to accounts I follow for the time being because I maintain the right to protect my mental health. It's time for my next chapter. Thanks for listening. And I actually think that the bulk of this statement isn't even that bad in the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't think that this was as bad of a statement that these people generally lash out with, which is, oh, you're a bigot, you're an Islamophobe. And yeah, he does say, like, oh, it went to some very dark quarters of the internet. He doesn't specify what that means, probably just people screenshotting it and then laughing at him. But the bulk of this isn't too terrible. The problem is that it's not an apology and it's not actually taking accountability for what he previously said, and it just falls back to, oh, I'm devastated, I'm stressed, I'm angry, the victimhood mentality that these people so often push, and this, again, toxic positivity bubble that these individuals exist in.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason Highguard failed. And he said it in his first article he posted.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in our space said there's no way this will fail. Everybody on our team and all the family members of our team that we let play this said it was going to be awesome. And
yeah,
when that's your attitude and you are in this bubble of everyone thinks you're awesome and that this is great, even when you put out a trailer and it gets ratioed to hell, that leads you to believe, well, we're still on the right path. That's just some toxic people. That's some loud people, whatever. And you don't take it seriously. And then your game launches and it turns out that that's actually the majority as opposed to your little echo chamber of game development where everybody wants to pretend that everybody who's gay and autistic and fat is actually really awesome and all their ideas are amazing.
It's so true. It's just so sad that this is the timeline that we live in. Like, game developers used to just make games. They didn't go online and bitch and moan and groan or write articles and go to journos and bitch and moan and groan. They used to just make games. And then if their games were good, they would get positive attention. And yeah, if their games were bad, they might get wrecked a little bit, but then they wouldn't lash out because in how many industries can you attack your customers directly and then still make money? Not very many. But then again, we also see this industry normalize things like predatory microtransactions and also releasing things in a half-assed state. Like, how many people would go out and buy a long sleeve shirt with one sleeve? How many people would go and buy a baseball hat without the rim? Like, that just doesn't happen. And I get
that. When it comes to microtransactions, my hot take is that I don't really care about microtransactions at all.
Well, I don't care when they're micro. The problem is they're macro now.
I don't care about macro transactions as long as they're not affecting your gameplay.
Well, yeah, right? But that's the crux of the issue. I would also agree with that. If you want to sell a $10 skin in a cash shop, I don't care. But the problem is that so often they will do things like Elder Scrolls Blades where, oh, you can't actually physically progress your quest line every single day unless you pay money. Or, oh, you are getting these major stat advantages over another player. Or like in FIFA, for example. Oh, well, you have to get the certain cards and that means you have to pay money and then you get these major advantages in the competitive scene. Like, those things are not okay.
That's tough because I feel like everybody knows exactly what you're getting into when it comes to FIFA and Madden
Well,
online.
true,
If you're
you
doing that,
generally
like,
know what it is, but at the same time, if a new game popped up tomorrow that you thought looked really cool and it did the same things, you would be furious over it. Because you wouldn't expect it, because it wouldn't have like the same level of sort of, I don't know, online recognition that FIFA does. Like, yeah, I'm not going to buy a FIFA game if I care about predatory microtransactions. But if tomorrow, let's say, Elder
I,
Scrolls Soccer Edition popped up, you know, or maybe not Elder Scrolls, but you know what I mean? Just like insert generic name, and then like that system was in the game, I think
I
the
just don't
majority of
like the
people would be furious.
I don't like the phrase predatory microtransactions because I feel like that takes all the responsibility away from the fucking consumer. Guess what? People gamble every fucking day. People
Elder
people
goals.
buy
That's pretty
lottery
good.
tickets every fucking day. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
but
the
you
term
know
predatory
what you're
micro because guess what?
buying.
Guess what? When I play fucking Madden, because you know I like to play Madden, Vera.
Yeah,
Guess
you
what?
fucking piece of shit, loser,
Guess what?
degenerate.
I'm not fucking spending money on that shit. I don't have to.
Well,
There's
yeah,
no
because you're probably
reason to.
playing it at 2 a.m. when you're drunk as fuck and you've locked your credit card away in your goddamn safe.
But
But if you were, let's say, 10 years younger and you were doing that shit, you would certainly be swiping your credit card.
look, if 27-year-old me, that would be me 10 years ago, by the way. That's how fucking old I am. If 27-year-old me is dumb enough to do that, then it's my fucking fault.
Well,
If
yeah, I
27-year-old
mean,
me
I
is dumb
get
enough to buy a
that.
lottery ticket or go to the casino and put fucking $500 on black, like, I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, I get it, right? Like an adult can do with their money what they want, but I still think that it is scummy as fuck that the companies do these things and add these systems. And then a lot of the times in a lot of games, again, not the FIFAs because you know what to expect with FIFA, but in a lot of brand new games, they mask that and then they try to like sell you on, ooh, the vision, like, ooh, shiny, sparkly, look this other way. And then once you've invested time into it, then you realize like how deep the monetization really goes. And I do think that it can get predatory. But yeah, like ultimately they're adults that can do what they want with their money. I'm not gonna fucking tell people they can or can't buy something.
I 1000% think that there are issues in games in which you pay money for a game and then certain content is actually
Right,
locked
like if
because
you
you can't
buy
progress far enough.
$70 worth of
Yes.
a game and then there's like $100 microtransaction or a $50 microtransaction, that is
To get the
fucking
full
shit.
experience
Right.
of the game,
Right.
I
Oh, you
agree with you
can't
there.
use mounts until you buy this $5 thing. Well, that's obviously a different fucking level, yeah.
Do you think SWOTOR is predatory?
No, because it doesn't have anything that actually affects the gameplay. It's just it's just like skins and then like
Hold on.
I guess the crystals
If you're a
technically
free player
do.
and not a subscriber, you are so super limited in your inventory. You couldn't use your mount until level fucking 30 or something. Like blah blah blah. All these things if you weren't a subscriber.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they have kind of changed that since then, and like
What
it's
was it
been
predatory?
it's
I don't know
been
what
a
they've
bit
changed. I
more
haven't played recently.
lax for a couple of years, but regardless, like yes, but it, the thing is again, they've explained to you when you go into a free game
Oh,
like
yeah.
what the differences are. And that's a big point of my argument is again, if you go and download Elder Goals or you buy Elder Goals, you don't know what you're getting into because it's something new. And if a company isn't properly explaining, then that is bad.
Yeah, I think that from look, here's my thing. People are dumb. And I
People are
think people are
dumb, people are
responsible for
stupid,
themselves
people are
being dumb.
idiotic, people love to play the victim. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
I spent
it's a
so
way.
much money on SWOTOR. My God. I was a subscriber for so fucking long.
I probably have like 8K invested in that game. I've been playing it since I was like fucking 12,
Are you still
okay?
subscribed?
Hell yeah!
When's the last time you played?
Shit, months ago.
It's $14.99 a month. Give me
Hell
those
yeah.
cartel coins, baby.
Yeah, I need them, you know? I
Or do you
might not play.
remember when they added the gambling, like the actual slot machines?
Yeah, but those were just like you have to play to earn the coins.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not here to judge, you know? I'm gonna play my stupid fucking game. But also, look at how much worth I've gotten out of it. So it is a very different, like, situation. Like, compared to, I don't know, a game that I'm not playing or I haven't played. Like, it just is what it is. So, I mean,
Well,
I'm not saying the
SCDB
companies
says
can't create these systems, but it's shit if they're predatory.
SCDB says SWTOR MML subscriptions aren't same as microtransactions. No, that's true, but
Yeah,
they
it's
also have
not. Yeah.
microtransactions. Don't worry.
I don't think you were trying to like compare like a subscription to a microtransaction. You were just saying like, what did you think of this general like structure?
Yeah, when we're talking
Yeah.
about locking things behind and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get to the meat of the issue. I
The meaning of the issue is I'm poor. I don't have enough money, or
I think
otherwise I wouldn't give a fuck.
I think that every
Isn't that the
company's
case for most people?
I think that virtually every company is going to operate on the basis of how can we get the most money possible.
Oh,
I actually think that's
absolutely.
what companies should do. I think one of the problems in
Yeah.
the entertainment industry is that they aren't doing that all too often.
Right.
That's why we're seeing all this bullshit get pushed. But I certainly I think that there's things that go over the line and are shady and are bullshit when it comes to microtransactions. But I think that if people stopped doing it, these companies would stop. The problem is there's a lot of people out there that don't care and will pay and will do whatever. So they don't have any
Yeah.
incentive to stop.
Well, right, exactly. It's like, oh, if people weren't constantly buying $20 skins in Fortnite or $10 skins in Fortnite, then they wouldn't be putting those skins into Fortnite anymore or investing that money into the skins in Fortnite or at the rate that they do. And so, yeah, like ultimately I do agree because that just is the case. But anyway, back to where we were 27 minutes ago. Highguard is dead. Highguard has 14 developers in game still. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're doing, but I guess they're just hanging out. Josh Sobel is out of a job. Poor autistic man. Highguard is dead. It's the way
Highguard.
life goes. Poor him, I
He
know.
barely
So
knew
sad.
ye.
Right, exactly. I played it. I
I
did.
didn't. I still haven't played Relooted, Vera, but I will.
You can play Relooted or Ex Voto.
No, I'm gonna play Relooted because I already own the game.
And if you own Ex Voto, would you be legally obligated to play both?
No.
You fucking suck.
I want to play DEI Game Manager Simulator.
Well, yeah, but that's making fun of it, so of course you want to play that. Who doesn't want
Yeah.
to play that? You get out of everything
gay
good,
people.
Ryan.
Gay people don't want to play it.
Ludicrous, thank you for the $52. Part 2. This timeline is bullshit. How bad is GTA 6 gonna be? I think that if GTA 6 does make fun of everybody, it'll probably be great, but I also worry about GTA 6's performance. That is another like massive problem in this discussion. I don't think that they're going to release it before it actually runs well, and I don't think that they're rushing to the finish line, but there also has to be an end of the line. You know what I mean? Like they can't continue development forever.
GTA 6 is going to come out before Winds of Winter.
Yeah, that's probably true.
When was GTA 5 released? 2011?
Yeah, long ago. What, almost 13 years ago now? So
It is a similar time frame.
it is. But GTA 6 also now faces the problem where people can't upgrade their PCs, and if they were expecting everyone to have beefed up PCs, like that's not gonna be the case. So it has to be optimized very well, which is another element. But
We'll see what happens. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think that GTA 6 is going to be an all-time great GTA game. I
No.
think that it's going to be a pretty good game, and there's going to be some stuff that we miss from the old Rockstar.
Yeah.
But I think that if it's a pretty good game, it's going to be like the biggest game in history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, everything with it has been some of the biggest in history. It's going to have one of the largest development times or development cycles for a game. It's going to have the largest budget for a game, at least for now. Who knows if Elder Scrolls 6 will surpass it? I mean, I would assume that it might, but also like I don't know either. It's probably going to have the most pre-orders and initial sales for a game ever. So it's going to be the first for basically everything. It's going to hold that top position. So
yeah. I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 will be the best because I don't actually think they've done any work on it.
Like I think that they have, and that they have actually started full development, but I think it was several years after they initially had like announced it. I feel like in like 2022 or 2023 they probably actually put it into pre-production, and it's still nowhere near being done, which is insane to say.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I think GTA 6 has actually been worked on for a very, very, very long time.
Oh, I agree, yeah.
And I think Elder Scrolls has barely started the work.
Yeah, I also don't think that it's going to cost over $100 or $100. I think they'll keep it at 70 to 80, dependent on when it comes out, because a lot of companies are trying to push 80. Hasn't really worked so far, though.
Somebody says, is Ryan tiny or is that bottle massive? Well,
both.
I'm actually 4'5". That's it's a normal bottle. It's a 750 milliliter bottle of Crown.
Yeah, the struggles of a midget.
Fucking liters.
Midget with a massive forehead.
That's right.
You might have the record there, to be honest.
Biggest forehead?
Yeah. Might want to get that checked out. But thank you for the 52. Much appreciated. Jake Stanley, thank you for the 2. Cheers to the drunk folk in chat. Much appreciated. Yeah, there's probably a couple of people here who are drunk. SCDB, thank you for the 5. Taps Tax, honestly, well done, sir. Go find a base nearby and get cheap tax-free booze at the Class 6.
There you go. See? At least some people appreciate the taps.
Jake Stanley, thank you for the 2. I'm drinking a beer called FML Stone Brewing.
Is that real?
Is it? FML Stone Brewing. It does pop up. It's East Coast. Double IPA. Yeah. It says it's available year-round at places like Total Wine, ABC Fine Wines and Spirits, and Bevmo. I might be able to find it. It originates from Virginia.
It's Beer Movie Lions. FML.
Close enough. We don't need all the extra context, you know. But that's actually cool. Neat. Thank you for the 2. Bullet Shepherd, thank you for the 499. Ryan's theme song is We Hate Everyone by Typo Negative. Get you some Hootin' and Young for St. Pat's tomorrow. I can't believe we're in the middle of March, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, there's parts of it that have gone by really slow and parts have gone by really fast. But yeah, I mean, we are 2.5 months through the year. We're almost a quarter through the year.
I think for me, the reason why sometimes time feels like it passes by so quickly is because my life revolves around game release scheduling. And so it's 2 more weeks until Crimson Desert. Or, well, now it's the end of this week. It's 3 more days until Crimson Desert. Oh, it's 2 more months until we get Batman Lego collection. So, like, for me, my life is just based off of video game releases. And so if there's no good games releasing, it's like time passes slow, but otherwise I don't give a fuck. What day is it? I don't know what time is anymore, to be honest.
I do think that, like, for me, I can only speak for me. I don't know about other content creators or whatever. There does seem like, I feel like time goes by very quickly because we don't have like a 9-to-5 job. It's kind of whenever we're doing stuff. And it, like, for me, the only day I don't stream is Saturdays. Every other day I have at least 1 stream, oftentimes 2, sometimes 3. And you're just going by what fucking day of the week it is and all this shit that you have going on. It's not like the same every day. It's like different depending on the day of the week. And I do feel like time sometimes flies by. It does for me more doing this than it did when I was, say, in the military or whatever. I don't really know why. But
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
I just have so much to look forward to in my life. That's why it goes by so quick. You know?
I know. You're just a beacon of hope and sunshine and rainbows. Gay as hell. Tommy Campari, thank you for the 5. Cheers, Ryan, Vera, David. I'm also a little drunk. Shipping out to the Mid-East in a week. Fuck my life.
That sucks, man. I hope things cool down by then for multiple reasons, not just because you're going there, but right. What a fucking shit show. Yep. What an absolute shit show. Embarrassment. Yeah, embarrassment for the United States, to be honest with you.
It's an interesting situation, that is for sure.
We didn't think. Nobody had any idea that they'd attack all these other countries who are allied with the United States, who have military bases, like United States military bases within them, who no one could have predicted. Holy fuck. Like, what a nightmare. What an absolute fucking embarrassing disaster from top to bottom. This is what happens when you get involved in a war that's not actually in your best interest and in somebody else's interest.
Yep. You are
and the people who've been fucking cheering it on and rah, rah, rah. I don't know, man.
People need something to cheer for, I guess. It's about the best I have to say. Ludacris, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Net Steeler, thank you for the 1 month. Ryan, I don't even have a sense of humor anymore. It's literally just sarcasm and a general hate for the majority of the population. Vera, respect. I mean, I also agree with that, though. I hate 99% of people. You know what? I'll be generous. 98% of people. Besides that, I don't give a fuck. But I think Ryan's general distaste for literally everybody is very funny, because I also am that same exact way. So of course it's very humorous to me. Otherwise, why the hell would we be doing the show together? Like, what else would we have to agree? What else would we have to agree on at that point? Except for just hating everybody and everything. I mean, even between us, we don't even fucking talk most days except for the day of the stream. I mean, even today, Ryan's been ignoring me all week. Hey, is it on your channel tonight or mine? He doesn't even fucking remember. Speaking of, he doesn't remember what fucking day it is.
I just wanted to make sure, because it's like...
I put my streams up the night before.
Oh, I didn't...
You could have just went to the channel and been like, I wonder if it's on her channel. Let's type in Varadark on YouTube. So I guess I should show a sign of fucking life.
Listen, bitch, I've had a busy fucking day because I've got to like cram a bunch of shit in.
It took you more time to DM me than just go to my channel and look.
I didn't know you get him up that early. That's very impressive. I do about 2 or 3 hours.
As soon as I end my stream, I put up my next stream. So like 20 minutes after.
No, you're so fucking on.
Oh my God, she's actually responsible and feels a sense of accountability to her audience. Gee whiz.
But the reason that I asked was because I had so much shit going on and I wanted to make sure that I was back in case. Like, if something fucking flipped my brain and I was like, wait, fuck, is it on my channel? I would have to be back earlier so I could be responsible and get the stream up 2 to 3 hours before. That's responsible for me. But yeah,
it's true.
That's why I asked.
But it only further cements my claim of even you hate me up until 20 minutes before we have to stream. And I get that.
I'm not ignoring you.
I get it.
I saw the messages.
I saw the messages.
So that's not ignoring someone. Funny. I just didn't have anything
okay,
to
Ryan.
say.
It's okay. I get it. I'm not disagreeing.
All right.
I'm trolling you. Have you ever been trolled before?
Never.
You don't have to get offended. It's all right. We're here.
Get offended. I just get mad.
Okay. Tommy, thank you for the 5. Microtransactions are immoral and predatory. I never engage with them or any of the content organizations that use them are gay. Here's $5 for content. Somebody was saying in the chat before, oh, the $50 shots are microtransactions. I mean, hey, that's the way you want to look at it. It is true.
And I don't view it as predatory. I just, for the most part, I think there's exceptions, but
I also think that there is a bit of a difference when there's microtransactions that change your stats or affect your stats, especially when it's in like an E for everyone game or like a T for teen game, because they are trying to target younger crowds, or like they're clearly making a game that's supposed to target young people. I also think that's a little different, but again, I have nothing good to add except for, yeah, they're shit, but also I wouldn't want the government to regulate them, because you always want the government to be the last fucking line of defense. You never want the government to have to do something unless there's literally no other fucking option. It's even like stop killing games. I fully support, companies should be giving you access to host your own private servers and actually have codes and this and that if you're going to shut down a live service game. But also, at the same time, I don't want the government to regulate that shit, because I don't want the government to have their fucking claws in video games. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It is. But, I mean, I don't think that, like, microtransactions in general are, like, immoral or predatory, just because I don't view them that way. Like, I think some microtransactions are acceptable and others deserve to be heavily criticized. But each your own. I get it. Poncho, thank you for the 2. And from there, every game will be 1K GTA 6.
How much do you think it's going to be?
I think it'll be 80.
I think it'll be 82. I don't think it's going to be 120 or whatever. I think it's going to be 80.
No, I think that they'll have a 120 edition, or like whatever it equals out to be. If it's 100, then probably 120, and then 100 and maybe 50. But I don't think the standard version will be above $80, because they're going to make more money by selling more copies. And if they price it at $100 or $120, yeah, they're going to make more money per sale, but they're going to make less money overall, because people just can't afford that for one video game. So, yeah. Archer, thank you for the 5. But they said everyone wants to play medieval, non-historically accurate lesbian night sim. Did they lie? Next project, pirate sim, scissor me timbers. I mean, if they were hot lesbians, there'd be a lot more people on board with it. But they always make these lesbians ugly as fuck.
They want to make it realistic, you know?
Yeah.
They didn't want to make the medieval experience realistic, but they wanted to make the lesbian experience realistic. And I'm pretty sure they fight each other at the end, which is also a very realistic lesbian experience.
They do, and we'll get into that in a minute. But really quickly, Ludacris, thank you for the $100. Get it, Ryan.
Thank you. I think Ludacris agreed with my take on the fucking ridiculous bullshit going on halfway across the world.
Yeah. I mean, it is a stance that I do generally, I'd say I generally agree with. I mean,
here's the thing. I have no love lost for the Iranian regime. Absolutely not.
Well, right.
However, what has happened is not going to result in any sort of actual regime change. The Iranian people aren't going to be able to rise up and do anything. They're going to be replaced by people who are just as radical, if not more so. You're not going to magically
change the mindsets and the culture there just because of a fucking war. That's just not going to happen.
And like, I think what people don't understand is, in my opinion, the best possible outcome is that the entire country falls into complete and total destabilization. And there's just economic fucking chaos, and it's going to create a massive refugee crisis. Those refugees are going to go to our Gulf Coast country allies, right? The ones who have been getting shit on because of this entire thing. And then so some people are going to take those refugees in. They're not going to have the best view of the United States because of all the fucking chaos that this has caused. And it's just going to foment and create more fucking feelings of irritation and bitterness and resentment towards the United States. It's going to foster more terrorism. It is going to be this massive fucking thing, because guess what? A lot of those Gulf Coast countries, our allies, they don't fucking vote. They might be ruled by kings or sheiks or whatever, right? Not big on the democratic process over there, but that's kind of the way they like it. So regardless of what their governments are saying about being supportive of the United States, the people don't necessarily feel that way right now. And it's going to foment even more fucking resentment. And at the end of the day, this is not in our best interests. Iran's no fucking threat to us. They're just not.
America first.
It is in the interest of one of our allies in the Middle East.
Yep.
Not the other fucking 10 or 12 of them. It's not in their interest at all.
Nope.
Nobody talks about that. But that's the reality. And there's a lot of big business deals, a lot of huge things that go on in those places. And a lot of those people are fucking pissed right now. Not at Iran. They're pissed at the United States.
Nobody wants to be roped into a war. Especially not a war that is literally life and death for a massive population of people.
Yeah. Here's another drink.
That bottle is so fucking stupid. It really is.
You're just mad because you couldn't even lift it.
How much does it weigh?
I don't know. Less now.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. You said that last week. Oh, the bright side is that every single day it gets lighter and lighter. So, yeah, makes sense. Poncho, thank you for the 2. Time is irrelevant when unemployed, Ryan? Unemployed and maidenless. That is apparently every single person that looks at a Steam chart now.
I don't know. Like, I've never been unemployed. That's not really what I was saying. Like, I'm self-employed now. Before I was, before I was in the military, and then I had jobs before that. So I don't know. We do have a $50 rant on Rumble, Vera.
Woo! Fuck my life.
Ronan for $50. Ryan's noodle arm fun. He needs to lessen the burden of holding something big and black in his hands. Look at that. There you go. I get to take another one right away.
Wow, stunning and brave. I'm gonna wait a minute because
pussy.
Ay, 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 ay. So fucking dramatic. It can wait 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I'm not gonna die in that fucking time frame. It's all gonna hit me at the same time anyway.
Is that how it works? And why do you need to wait?
Because I'm just gonna wait a minute.
The argument makes zero.
Yeah, I guess that's
fucking
true.
sense.
Yeah. It'll hit me around the same time. I have it though. What is Vera drinking? It's Screwball. It's peanut butter whiskey.
Screwball's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ronan.
Woo!
And then Ronan, for another $1 on Rumble, says, speaking of sunshine and rainbows, on Daily recently, Ryan went into kid mode when comparing One Piece with specific YouTubers. Fucking hilarious.
I don't know the context.
So, have you seen One Piece?
Yeah.
On Netflix, what do you think of it?
I haven't finished the new season. I mean, it's okay. I'm personally just not the biggest fan of live action anime. Or live action to anime, I should specify. I think that it does not translate good from medium to medium. But I also am not the biggest fan of 99% of live action to like video game or from video games and anime.
So I've never seen the anime. I've never read the manga. Shocking, I know. But none of the promotion materials look good to me. It all looks goofy as fuck. I did watch the first 2 episodes because we were reviewing at FNT, so I wanted to at least be able to talk about it. So I watched the first 2 episodes of season 2.
Yeah.
It just feels like really retarded brain rot to me. But what I compared it to was Minecraft YouTubers or like Roblox YouTubers who are like in their late 20s, but they pretend like they're 15 and they have an audience of 10 and 12-year-olds.
Whoa, guys! Welcome back to this video! It's time to play Minecraft! Today, we're getting the diamond pickaxe! Make sure to like and subscribe! Let's get into it! And then it...
Yes! You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
That is what One Piece felt like while watching it to me. It was super cringe, really fucking goofy. The energy was like off the wall, retarded. But that's exactly what it was. It's like, you're not going to believe what we do today. Can 1 million zombies defeat 10,000 iron golem? We'll check it out. But first of all, here's my friend, Buffalo Buttfuck. He's here. He's never played Minecraft before. We're going to get him a diamond pickaxe, bros. We're going to do so much stuff.
The problem is it's so true.
Like,
it's
that's
so accurate. And
feels like.
I do get why you would feel that way, but also that is just One Piece. And so it's not just with the live action, it also has to do with the anime, and it has a more comedic tone to it. And also I think that if you just don't generally like comedic anime or anime in the comedic style, then yeah, like if you watch One Piece versus Frieren, it's very different. Or like Berserk versus One Piece, it's very different. And so yeah, you just don't like that type of humor.
Yeah, that's what it, and with that being said, the vibe I got while watching it was that they were trying to emulate the anime, which I had never seen. So I can't really say, but that's the
Yeah.
vibe I got,
And that's
was they are
another
trying
big
to do directly
problem.
from the anime to the live action, which I respect. And it's okay if something's not for
Yeah.
me. You know, all I can do is say what I think about it. But at the same time, maybe if I didn't watch all fucking 1,200 episodes of One Piece, it shouldn't really be for me. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Cuz that's the thing is like I do respect the fact that they are following the source material so closely and trying to do a one-to-one, but I also understand the argument that like sometimes things don't translate super well. But even if something doesn't translate super well, like a character design or something, at least they did try it. I do agree though, like I am not the biggest fan of the humor. I do like humorous anime and I do like One Piece, but also I am the type of person that likes things like One Piece in moderation. And so that's why I haven't been like rushing to the finish line to finish season 2, just because I get more enjoyment out of it by watching it in small quantities. Because if you sit down and you watch 8 episodes of something, then if it's all like humor, then it's just bashing you over the head constantly. So it kind of
Yeah.
feels like
So
overkill in a
you want
way.
to get into the binge model versus weekly release argument? Is that where you're going with that?
No, I mean, I personally, I like having the episodes available if something is good, but also I think that the weekly model is just better overall, generally.
Yeah, we got in another big argument about that on FNT. Um,
Yeah.
the argument isn't even about what you prefer more; it's about what's best for business.
Well, weekly
But
is best for business.
not everyone believes that.
How you get people to watch on a weekly basis. Newsflash, that's why it's called a weekly binge mod or weekly model instead of binge model. And by that, it means you are paying the subscription fee or you are like paying your cable bill or whatever it may be, depending on how you're watching it, obviously. You have to go back every week. And if it's over 2 or 3 months, then they're getting more of a fee out of you. I don't understand how that would be viewed as a better for business of a binge model.
Well,
Do you
not
have an
everybody.
argument?
Some people. I don't have an argument for it. I have been
Okay.
arguing about this for
Yeah.
3 or 4 years, but some people don't believe that.
If I only have to either use a, I don't know, 7-day trial to binge watch a show, or I only have to pay one subscription fee versus 3 subscription fees, I mean, yeah, the logical deduction would be, well, the 3 subscription fees makes more money than the 1 subscription fee. I don't know, I guess I'm just too retarded for this.
Wait, well, you're using.
I don't know what their argument is, but
I,
I'd be curious to hear it.
well, you can go to Geeks and Gamers Clips.
I haven't seen a clip yet, so I'm in the dark.
You can go to Geeks and Gamers Clips, or maybe Nerdrotic Daily. I think it's clipped out on one of those. I don't remember which, but yeah, it was another.
I did not re-listen to the 20-minute clip of you and Jeremy screaming at each other about Star Wars, even though I was there and you completely forgot.
Well, I don't remember anybody that was there. When I rewatched that clip, I had no idea that like Odin tried to chime in, that somebody else like tried to
You
chime. I
didn't
had
give a
no
fuck.
fucking memory of that. I was like single-minded fucking red rage about the situation. This one, a lot more people speak than just me, but yes, it is. You can find it.
Yeah,
It's out
fair
there.
enough. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Net Stealer, thank you for the 2. Laughing my ass off, I got my money's worth. on that one. CR Vox, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. That's a lot of fucking shots tonight, that's for sure. I'm gonna take my last shot, and then I'm gonna queue up my other shot and space it out by a couple minutes.
There you go. Even though it's all going to hit you at the
gifted.
same time, it's weird that you changed your mind on that.
True.
CR Vox.
Thank you, chat. You know how
what
it
up,
goes.
CR
Say
Vox?
thank you. Say thank you or you're banned. I'm gonna fucking ban you. I don't even care. No, not you. The chat. If they don't say thank you. Yeah, Ryan, I'm gonna ban you. Bye. I mean, what the fuck kind of argument was that? I'm gonna ban you.
I didn't realize who you were talking to.
I was talking to the chat. I was.
Oh, fuck.
Spilled
a little.
Fuck my life. Well, I guess we can only hold out on this topic for so long. Guess we have to finally talk about it. The Lesbian Night Game. Ryan, I know you were super excited for this to finally release. I know you've been super hyped for this. You've been counting it down. You marked it on your modern agenda. Have you actually, now that it's released, seen any gameplay of this and seen how bad it truly is?
I mean, so I heard that for the first 3 hours, you only have one combo available.
The whole entire fucking game, you only have one fucking combo. It's either left click, or right click, left click.
Impressive. So I always expected this to be bad. I expected it to be bad for political reasons because people wouldn't like playing as a lesbian knight. What I was not expecting was the terrible mainstream journalist reviews for the game. And
it's
I don't know
not
if you've been
gay enough.
I don't know if you've been a Metacritic lately.
I have not actually checked the Metacritic and like the aggregated journo score for it now.
But what would you say on Metacritic? What would you say is a pretty bad score when, like, if you see a score for Metacritic on the reviewers portion, what would you say is like a bad score?
I would say, well, okay. In the context of something like this that pushes the narratives they want and highlights the type of agenda that they're trying to push, I would say anything under a 75 is bad. Now, in the context of a general game, I would probably just say like under a 60. But in this case, honestly, 75 to maybe even under like an 80 because they're so vicious usually in the support of these types of games.
Well, it's got a 53.
That's pretty bad.
And listen, because of the way that journalists score these games typically, I mean, to me, anything below a 70 is basically the equivalent of a user score of like a 2 or less.
Yes.
That's almost what it means to me. So to me, these are almost spot on. A 1.2 from the users, from the gamers, and a 53 from the journalists. A 53 is abysmal when you're grading on a curve like this, because these people never give anything less than a fucking 70, basically.
Right.
This is shockingly low. That's what I wasn't expecting. I think a lot of that is based on how poor the game is performing across all platforms.
Yeah, definitely. Like I knew that the game was going to do bad, but I didn't necessarily even think it was going to do this bad in terms of the critic scores. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that they would hype it up to a certain degree, but I also didn't. I just didn't, I guess, think it was going to be this bad critic, because generally it's not. Usually they will look past glaringly obvious problems in order to push the agenda. So the fact that it is a 53 is so fucking funny to me. Holy shit. That is great. And the user score being a 1.2, I mean, yeah, it really is that bad. And I know that there are going to be some people who just log in and then leave a bad review, even if they haven't played it, because that does happen on Metacritic, and you sort of need to balance how many negatives there are. But this game is just so bad that even if you took away probably the troll reviews, positive and negative, it would still be around there. Because there are people that are here leaving tens and saying, "Oh my gosh, this is great and it's amazing." And from the environments to the combat, I loved everything about it. No, you fucking didn't, you absolute retard. This game was fucking dog shit. What do you mean you loved this game? It's got one fucking, well, it doesn't have one stance. It's got two fucking stances. It's got a block. It's got, oh, and the thing that pissed me off to no end is you can't rebind your keys. So the dodge was on left alt. I never in my entire life have used left alt as a dodge button. So I couldn't change it to like C or control or shift. So trash. And then everything is just a massive hallway. There's only 3 bosses, one of which, spoiler alert for the maybe fucking one person here that was gonna play it, it's your lesbian lover. And then, this game is just terrible.
Let's look at the positive reviews.
This really pisses me off. I thought it was at least going to be like a 3 or maybe like a 3.5. And well, the story might be dog shit, but at least the combat is like mildly interesting. I was so bored. And you can put your back to a wall and enemies will spawn behind you and push you from the wall because they spawn behind you. Oh my, it is so infuriating. This game, honestly, I think I hated it more than even playing Dustborn. I didn't finish Dustborn. Relooted. The thing with Relooted is that it pushes revisionist history, and so that's
game
another
works.
Right. The gameplay for Relooted is not that bad in the grand scheme of things. It's just that the storytelling and the revisionist history is a massive problem, and that's why I hate that more. But let's say, for argument's sake, like, oh, we're just judging based on gameplay. Relooted is better simply because Relooted actually fucking runs properly. And Relooted has, like, 5 probably different game mechanics. I know I only played this shit 2 weeks ago. I can't even fucking remember what the gameplay was. But at least the gameplay for that made a little bit of sense, whereas 1348 Ex Voto, it's just bad and it's boring.
I mean, I didn't play either of them.
You know why? Because you are a fucking loser. That's
smart.
why. You got that loser mentality. All right? If you actually played games, life would be worse for you. But
yeah, exactly. I'm smart.
It can't get any. The problem is it can't get any worse for you. You know what I mean? At least you can make money off of being miserable, and you do in like this stream and your normal streams. But you could make more money based on being miserable.
Vera,
and so, isn't that technically a net positive?
Vera, let me just tell you this.
It is.
Every time when I've hit the point in my life where I say, "Well, it can't get any worse,"
it somehow does.
It somehow does. So don't
I get that.
A good time there, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do understand that, but hey, I mean, Ex Voto, I think that made me a pretty penny. So like that is the trade-off, is like I hate my life for 6 hours. And at least I completed the game in one stream. But also,
how long did it take? 10 hours?
It took me 6 hours. I did one
6 hours to beat the fucking game?
Why do you sound so shocked by that? Yeah.
What
do you think? They actually created a fucking decent experience that was worth the fucking value?
6 hours is crazy, bro.
What do you mean? It's like crazy bad? Like crazy short?
Crazy short.
It is.
It's only like a $30 game or something, right?
It's 25, but it had a launch sale of 21.
Yeah, that's
still, it is not even worth it for the 21.
That is a short game.
It is. It was very short.
Especially because, look, I saw your marathon gameplay, so I don't think you were exactly speeding through this thing. You know what I mean?
Ah, yes. My one fucking clip that went viral. My one clip that went viral. Oh, by the way, can I just defend that for a second? You know the knife, how I knife the air and people are memeing on me? The knife is on the scroll wheel. So I will scroll to try to switch to my secondary, and then I'll fucking knife. That's the default setting. That was only my fucking second game on that shit.
Hey.
That's so stupid. Why would any developer... No, why would any developer put knife on the scroll wheel? So I will scroll to try to whip out my second gun, and it will pull out the knife. I genuinely, out of the 300 games, well, it's probably like 250 games I've streamed on my channel. How many games have done that? None. That is my first time dealing with a game as shit as fuck, like Marathon, where you scroll your wheel and it pulls out your knife instead of your gun. That is so stupid.
It is strange. But yeah, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, trigger you. Hey, like I said, I genuinely, why would I give a fuck?
Yeah, it seems like you don't care at all.
It's attention. I do not. I could not be a YouTuber if I did care, so.
I'm not going to talk about your experience. I'm going to talk about my experiences. For me, I think it's impossible not to care. I do think that people's ability to not let it affect them is different.
Well, yeah, right? I guess that's probably a better way of explaining it. It's like, yeah, you want, like, I suppose positive clips to be what gets attention, but at the same time, like, it doesn't affect me if it's a negative clip that gets attention.
Right. So, like, let's take, for instance, my Batman review, right? When my Batman review got viral for 30 seconds, clipped out of my 14-minute review in the aftermath of watching the Batman, in which I liked the movie, and it got essentially twisted to the idea that I hated the movie because there was black people in it, and the Young Turks were making a video, and fucking God, Phil, I don't even remember this motherfucker's name anymore. People who make drama videos are talking about it. It's getting like millions of clips. I can't pretend like I didn't care. It pissed me the fuck off. Like, I care. Like, it made me mad. But
yeah,
you just can't let that shit affect you, because that's going to come and go. It is what it is. It's out of context. None of those people are ever going to subscribe to you anyway. None of the people that believe that shit are ever going to be part of your audience anyway. So it just is what it is. You just kind of not let it affect you. But to say that you don't care, I don't think it's possible to not care. But you can't let it affect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. It's like there are times where, like, sure, something will get attention and, like, you didn't expect it to, and sort of, it, like, kind of sneaks up on you, I guess you could say. And then, like, you might get bothered by it. But at the same time, like, I just, personally, I could give a fuck less. Like, one of my first videos, I guess you could say, that like blew up was a video I did on Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh really triggered people because I said the game is fucking trash now, and that is like, I think literally like a 30% like ratio, which is so hilarious. But like, I suppose then it would have affected me a little bit more, but I just don't care now. But it affects me less. But hey, maybe the developers should actually or two from what YouTubers have to say, because, well, their game's getting fucking dunked on. Ex Voto had, I think, between a lot of the major posts, like 3 or 4 million likes and views and interactions that skewed positive. How many people showed up? Fucking none. Well, Ryan, how many? Oh shit! How many do you guess showed up?
All right. So right now, there are 71 people playing.
Take another guess. I'll let you guess again.
Are you saying
I'm a nice person? I'm not going to say either way.
53. 38. Oh,
I mean, its all-time peak was only 427. So, like, I guess
that fell off hard.
I guess that's technically a good ratio, because the all-time peak was 427, but the game's only a 6-hour game, right? So that's the thing, is like, I think that also, and at the start of my stream, I had like a half hour worth of just chatting time. And so I think that when your game is that short, it adds another layer when you only have a small amount of people in game, plus the game is short, and you also didn't have like an established audience or a large player base playing it. Man, this is bad though.
The fact that they had a 250,000 wish list, that's what they told people.
Well, that's what they said. And that's the problem, is that
I know.
when they had initially said it hit 100K, the Knights Path team had hit 130K. And I know because I was actually shown the Steam data in private messages.
Yeah, because you're in tight with Knights Path because you did it.
Well, there, as soon as I saw that this game was going viral, it was crazy because I saw that Vera did an interview with them the year before. Yeah, we get it, Ryan. But it is true. I did know them. I did talk to them. But they were at like 130K when Ex Voto claimed that they were at 100K, and they were like, I want to say almost 300 positions like higher. It was like 275, I think, though, in technicality. Not that 25 really matters, but regardless, it was a massive difference. And so Ex Voto clearly didn't hit 100K wish lists during that time frame. And at launch, they clearly are not at what do they say, 250,000 wish lists. There's no shot that was happening.
The day before it launched, they said they had 250,000 people, 250,000 people that had wish listed the game, and only 400 showed up.
That's just not the case. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing that they got wrecked for the 100,000 number because people didn't believe them. So why would they follow back up and say, oh, well, we actually hit 250,000? That is...
You know, it would be like the same explanation as to why would people view bot, right? To make it appear as if they're popular so that people actually think they're popular. And because people think it's popular, then people will like support them. But just like viewbot, and it never fucking works out. Like it's retarded to do because you will be exposed at some point. It makes absolutely zero sense. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. It's fucking embarrassing. But from the first trailer, you knew what this was. There are some games or television shows or movies that all you need is the trailer and you know whether it's going to flop or succeed, right?
Right.
And this trailer was exactly that when it was revealed. Like, that's all you needed. Like, no one wants to play as a 90-pound fucking non-binary queer bitch in medieval times in Italy. In 1348 Italy, a little lesbian bitch beating the shit out of men to like find and save her lesbian lover that she's trying to court. Like, it's stupid. Nobody wants to play that. And what happens at the end of this game? Can you tell me?
They beat the shit out of each other.
Why?
Basically because feminism, because sexism, because Bianca, the pretty blonde character, which by the way, she ain't pretty, but apparently
Jennifer English is good looking.
Apparently Aita thinks that Bianca's pretty, so let's put an asterisk on pretty. But because Bianca basically deduces that she has been wronged her whole entire life, and that men have always been the reason why she has failed, why she hasn't succeeded, why she has not sort of been given the chances in life that she should have been, or that she feels entitled to. And so Aita has a sense of actually, and she has a moral compass, so she kind of feels like, this isn't right, and you are wrong, and that you have been given chances, or like you should do the best with what you've been given. And so then Bianca just says, oh, well, shit, I don't agree with you, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And what's weird is that before the actual fight starts, it's not like Bianca sees where Aita's coming from, and Aita doesn't really see where Bianca's coming from. It's just that it's like, oh, hey, I don't fucking like you now, or hey, I don't agree with you and you don't agree with me, so let's fight. It feels very forced and very rushed, and that's the problem. Is it's woe is me. I've been wronged because I'm a woman. Let's fight over it. It's very strange, in my opinion. The even the angle that they took, and it's like I get that it is like a feminist message, and I get that it's supposed to be portraying that women were wronged and men are always evil. But wouldn't you think that in a game that is so unabashedly LGBTQ plus, in a game that's supposed to promote these narratives, wouldn't it just be better for her to technically be the damsel in distress? Like, I get that these people hate the damsel in distress narrative, but at the same time, it's like,
But it could work if you have a damsel as a knight, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I guess just,
I mean, that's how most lesbian relationships end, is they beat the shit out of each other.
I mean, it is true. It
rated
was
domestic
accurate.
violence of any couples, I believe, are lesbians, followed
Right.
closely by black couples.
No black people in this game. It's
Thank God.
historically accurate.
That's why they got money from the government.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have enough research done based on how many lesbians there were around this time frame, but we know they existed. Yeah, because one chuckle fuck who also said Queen Charlotte was black told you that there was a lesbians that were getting it on with each other at this fucking time. How stupid are you?
Here's the thing. I have no doubt that during this time period there were lesbians and gays.
Of course there were probably like two fucking women who liked each other.
Right, but they were if they did anything, they would immediately be executed. Right. We refer to it as the good old days, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Because look, if you made a game that was like that, if you make a game where being gay or whatever is completely like absolutely frowned upon and you have to hide it, it would be like, okay, you are doing a game with representation that is also historically accurate. But that's not why they want to do games like this. They want to do games like this because they want to normalize things. They want to pretend like it was normal then, so it's normal now. And
yeah, it's all about pushing an agenda. It's not actually about facts and evidence. Right. And interestingly enough, again, spoiler alert for the one person in chat that might play it, Bianca almost does get burned at the stake.
God, hell yeah, I want to play this.
But not because she's a lesbian, but because
she's a dumb bitch.
I don't actually remember. That's how bad this fucking story was. I played this shit 3 days ago. I think it was just because she was like a woman who was fighting that. Honestly, I do not even remember at this point. Narrative game of the year. I can't wait for the BAFTAs to, hey, try to give this award and nominate it for. I just don't remember though. Why was Bianca almost burned at the stake? I mean, I know that they had taken her for... No, that doesn't make sense. I don't remember why. I'll get back to you on that. It was cringeworthy, though. But yeah, she almost does get burned at the stake, not for being a lesbian. So, hey, I guess you almost got your wish. Almost historically accurate. But then her lesbian lover saves her, which, by the way... Eita, like, how do I explain this? Maybe I should just show the clip. Bianca is on the stake. The fire is at her feet, and she's tied to the stake. But Eita, like, dodges forward and grabs her off the stake, but doesn't actually cut the rope that ties her to the stake. And so they fall into the grass patch. But then Bianca is taken anyway. So, like, how did that even happen? I don't know. It was just terrible all around. I'm trying to explain it to you so you can get the cringeworthy experience because you're not going to play it. You know, so if I have to experience the cringe, you also have to experience the cringe. So, you are going to allegedly play Relooted, which I guess a win is a win.
Take them when you get them.
Okay, so she's just accused of heresy. That's all that it is, though, right?
Okay.
Close enough, I suppose. But
get the bitch lesbian burned in the Middle Ages, I'm down with.
Yeah. They didn't know she was a lesbian though, so she wasn't being burned just for lesbianism. Either way though, this situation has been fucking hilarious to see happen because the scores for the game, based on who even played it, the people who were supposed to have liked it, the people who I guess showed up from the modern audience or maybe saw it on the Steam like ticker and saw it on the front page, even gave it a mixed. So even the people that wasted their money didn't like it. And there's so many refunds here when you actually start paying attention. Don't buy the game, it's unfinished. Game breaking bugs are abundant. Texture issues are rampant. Characters are see through sometimes. And while I didn't have the game crash on me personally, I had the menu freeze on me multiple times. And this isn't even getting into the gameplay side where it has its own problems. Refunded. I wanted to like the game, and I think I could have or I think it could get there. Holy shit. I thought I was reading it wrong. This person didn't type it right. But eventually, if the developers don't give up on it, the game needs optimization. That's a major flaw most will notice. Graphics don't look
It's
like they
almost
do in
like
the trailers.
during the development, they focused more on this lesbian love story and LGBTQ plus representation in stories than they did on actually making the game function.
Yeah, well, they decided to pay people like Jennifer English instead of pay decent developers. Like, I get that voice actresses don't get paid a lot, and it is a problem in the voice acting scene. But at the same time, why would you ever pay somebody like that instead of hire competent developers? Maybe just because the developers cost way more, and Jennifer English, you could get her for a steal. Plus, she supports the agenda that's being pushed. So they thought, oh, like a win is a win. I'm not certain, but either way, even the people who wanted to like this fucking hated it and said that it ran like shit and it wasn't fun. And even though I didn't like the game and I figured I wouldn't like the game and I thought that it was trash, I still don't want people to feel like this. I don't want people to get excited for a game and then feel like they got scammed. And that does suck. I mean, that is shitty. Though, if you were stupid enough to like this and you thought that this was going to be like, ooh, an amazing game, maybe you deserve to get scammed.
If you saw the trailer and bought this,
Yeah.
not because you were going to stream it to make fun of it because you thought it looked good, you deserve a fucking lobotomy. Like, you are fucking retarded. You're a massive pile of shit. I don't trust your judgment. You should
Right.
be fucking put in the asylum. So I don't feel bad for you at all. I think you're retarded.
I mean, that's kind of the way that I feel too,
was.
right? Like, who saw this and thought, oh my gosh, I can't wait to pre-order this and purchase it and play it day one? Well, apparently not a lot of people, but a few stupid suckers. Not me at all.
How many people played on PlayStation?
What?
How many people do you think played on PlayStation? So let's go off Highguard, right? Highguard had 100,000 people on Steam. They claim they had 2 million people overall. Period.
What was the Highguard Steam DB? Really quickly.
It was 97,000
downloads. So they claim on Steam the owner estimations were 925 to 1.1. So PlayStation was roughly double because they said they hit over 2 million. Who knows what the fuck that means?
Well, that would mean PlayStation was about 1 million as well.
Right. So Ex Voto claims that it's 4 to 10K owner estimations on Steam.
Rough,
so probably like at max 20K copies that sold in total, and that means roughly 10 that sold on PS5.
That's rough.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know exactly what the budget for this was, and that's another element is like they got government funds, they got grant money. How much was the budget? But let's say they sold 20K copies, and by the way, it's only $22 right now, so that's less than $500,000. And they got from the government 600,000, and it had to be up to 25% of the budget. So I would deduce that means that the budget was like 2.5 million euros. So the budget was for USD, what, around like $3 million? Like that, there's no shot that they got even to the point where it was starting to make money, because games, they generally want to make double and then some. It's generally the same with
And
movies
like
as
just
well.
because,
But
and again, because the game's $20 on Steam and you sell $20 on Steam, the developers don't get $20.
right, they don't
right?
get that money
Steam takes a cut
either.
of it.
So
Steam takes a cut
Steam
of
is taking the
PlayStation Store, all that
cut, and
shit.
PlayStation's taking the
Yeah.
cut. So I mean, what they actually made was like the developers was probably like 275.
And just to, I guess, get into the government money stuff. From my understanding, this is not the Italian government saying, "Hey,
No.
1348 Ex Voto is pushing lesbian feminist propaganda, so we're going to give
Correct.
them money." From my understanding, it's because you could make any game. I could go and make a game, and as long as it had enough checkboxes in terms of time period and references to historical places and historical people or historical things set in, in Italy,
you can get
as
the
long as
tax
it
right
hit
off.
enough of the checkpoints, I could get this much money for my game too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That is.
I just want to be clear, because a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings surrounding this actual report.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. I mean, it either way, no matter how you sort of slice the cake, it's still taxpayer money. And so that's all that really matters at the end of the day, is like, hey, we're getting tax write-offs because we did this. Sure, it's not in the case of, or it's not as dramatic as the case of ID at Xbox, which is the Xbox grants, where the TLDR is, oh, you need X amount of money to finish your game. We will pay the rest of your budget as long as you check off certain checkboxes, whether you have a certain amount of women on your development team, or black people on your development team, or you have enough black characters in your game, or LGBTQ characters in your game. We will pay you to finish it. But it also is going to go on Game Pass day one. That's what Relooted did. So they technically didn't get any big government money or tax write-offs, but they were paid the rest of the budget they needed when they hit a wall. And so it went on to Game Pass initially. So there are different sort of levels to games getting finished because they got money to finish it. I would say this is worse because Microsoft is such a massive company, right, that gets billions and billions and billions of dollars from different sectors and different things. But yeah, I mean, it's it ultimately $750K in USD.
I just kind of wanted to make the distinction because
yeah,
it
is different.
Certain governments will do this about anybody that's making games about them. It's just part of this massive tax break that they have, or this thing to encourage people to make games about their history or their culture. It doesn't mean it has to be good. It doesn't mean that they can't have super inaccurate things. It just means that they made a game that was set in this time period and happened to reference enough things from this time period that checked enough boxes.
Right. It's not like the government is saying, oh, you have such a good checklist here, we're going to personally fund you. It's not that dramatic at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
It is still important to call out.
I think a lot of people are under the impression that it's like, oh, they wanted to fund this woke pile of shit. I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's just companies that are taking advantage of tax breaks that are on the books for some of these, specifically European governments.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a terrible game all around. My review is on the final live stream. I only did one fucking live stream of it. I'm so used to saying final. Can't believe it was only one stream. I mean, it's good for me personally. I'm happy that I got out of that shit.
Wouldn't it be better for you to do another stream of it? Unless you try to tell me.
Not for my sanity's sake. I mean, it was so boring. At least with Relooted, we were able to meme off of it. Whereas Ex Voto, it just felt like it was going on and on and on and on and on and on. And it was only 6 hours worth of gameplay. So, no, it would not be better for me. I mean, I suppose monetarily it would be better for me, but sanity-wise,
that's what you tried to argue with me about.
Yeah, but at least I play fucking 60 games a year. You play 2. I play Madden. I'm going to play Reloaded. Sure you are, buddy. So it's different for me because I play so many games.
I made a promise. Yes, so it should affect you less.
Yeah, when are you going to play it? Fucking 2077?
I got MegaCon coming up, bitch. You wouldn't know what it's
like.
So?
You're right, I wouldn't know what it's like because I'm not going.
See?
Speaking of which, Andrew, thank you for the $49.99. You're a great duo. Your dark humor and blunt observations complement each other perfectly. Your insights are consistently the best. Can't stop laughing. Vera, highly encourage you to hit MegaCon. Go see the fruits of your labor. It's going to be big. I'm not going. I mean, it's a great idea and all, but it starts on Thursday? Or starts on Wednesday?
Meetups on Saturday. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna go. I mean, maybe next time. I got a fresh
haircut for MegaCon. Look at how lined up it is. Look at that shit.
I mean, it just kind of looks like your normal haircut.
Well, it looks like my normal haircut if I just got it cut. Yes, that's the point.
Congratulations.
Look at the edges here. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
It kind of looks like the M in the McDonald's logo.
I love McDonald's.
Well, I don't quite know if that was meant to be a compliment, but
I took it
congratulations,
that way. That's
Ryan.
Shot.
You got your haircut. Congratulations. So happy for you. Good idea. Good execution, I suppose.
And also,
it just looks like your haircut. What am I supposed to say?
I got a haircut from MegaCon. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. I didn't get a special MegaCon haircut. It is not a different style.
Well, you're like, everybody, I need to announce that I got a haircut.
Yeah, it's, by the way, you owe the chat this shot and another one.
I know. I'm
not going to forget it.
I'm pacing myself a tiny bit. I'm taking this one. I'll take the other one in like 10 minutes, roughly.
That's what you said before.
I did. That is true, but I was distracted bitching about the lesbian night game because it was just so great and so fun and so awesome. And I love playing the lesbian night simulators, which, by the way, nobody fucking asked for. Or the people that asked for it didn't even fucking play.
I think the people that asked for it played it.
There were people that were making posts like 2 days ago that were like, I guess it was like on Thursday, on release day, they were like, oh, well, people don't get paid until Friday, so people are going to buy until Friday. Yeah, how many of you guys showed up? How many? None. None of you fucks showed up. But like you said, I mean, I guess maybe they all showed up, but like we talked about, when something's only 6 hours, your turnaround rate is so small because, oh, I finished it in one stream, and so that means that I'm not playing it anymore, and so you don't have that number on the screen. But it's not like it's even gotten close to the 427 that were all the all-time peak, which is also pretty fucking pathetic. That's the best you could get.
I was expecting like 3,000, 4,000, and I was gonna make fun of that when it happened.
I estimated high as 700. I didn't even get close to that.
I had more faith in the lesbians. You know?
Pretty pathetic. All
common
around.
mistake from me.
Robert Hayes, thank you for the $4.99. Ryan, how would you describe the feeling of Starfleet Academy being over? Joy, momentous occasion.
I'm so happy that shit's over and I don't have to review it for FNT. I am, although, like, so I'm gonna watch I know, Vera, I've said this before. My schedule's fucking packed because of MegaCon this week, but
Project Hail Mary
comes out.
I'm excited. I really am.
I just read the book recently. And so because of that, I'm even more excited for it. And I think Ryan Gosling's like the perfect casting for Ryland Grace based on, I guess, how he came off in the novel to me. So I'm really looking forward to it. And the problem is The only time I have to watch it is 1:00 on Friday. So I'm gonna do Geeks and Gamers Daily. That ends at
That
noon. Gonna
sucks.
go at 1:00, 30 minutes of fucking previews. The movie's 2.5 hours long. I don't know how I'm gonna work that out. And then FNT starts at 4. So I'm basically gonna be going right to the theater, right back, FNT after Hail Mary. And then after that, right after FNT, we're going to do a Universal thing at Orlando. They've got special MegaCon tickets, special access if you're going to MegaCon for Universal. So doing that after, it's going to be a crazy fucking couple days. But
Yeah,
I'm much more excited to watch
something I
Project
wouldn't
Hail
want to
Mary.
deal with. That sounds like shit, to be honest. I mean,
Well,
it sounds
I really
fun,
want to watch
but
it. It just,
yeah,
it sucks because
it's inconvenient.
I could have gone today, but we got FML
Oh,
today.
that's true.
There's
That's
special
true.
like Monday previews for Amazon Prime people or something. But I was committed to our show.
Wow, that's so
Some
nice.
people don't
Thank
think
you,
I can
Ryan.
stay committed. I can do it.
It's just that usually women don't want to stay committed with you.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah, it is.
That's a different
Poncho,
story.
thank you for the 2. Anime is modern cringe brain rot. Also, female VA. I don't know. I don't think that anime in general is modern cringe brain rot. I just think that there's so many localizers and voice actors who modernize it. Hope you understand what I mean when I say that. I don't think that anime in general is like a lost art form and that it's completely like fucked. I just don't think that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 5 episodes into Cowboy Bebop.
It's been 3 weeks of you watching this shit.
It's been less than 2.
It's been 3. This is the 3rd FML where you've said you've been watching Cowboy Bebop.
That's okay. So just for
So
the record,
watch
to teach your stupid, retarded female brain, right? If we did, let me just do the fucking.
We're going
math and
into
pull my
week
calendar.
3. That's
So
3 weeks.
This is the 3rd FML, right? So it is currently the 16th of March.
But I don't know when you were watching that before it. So if you started watching it on the Monday 3 weeks before the 3rd week has now started, you were on 3 weeks of watching it. This is your 3rd week of watching it.
Let me explain the way the calendar works to you. 1 week ago, it was the 9th. That would be the 2nd FML. 2 weeks ago, it was the 2nd. That would be the 3rd FML.
1, 2, 3.
I got the super chat on the 1st. The 1st. So it has been 2 weeks and less than 1 day.
All right.
Thank you.
All I will say is that if you got the super chat recommending it on the 1st, but when I hear, oh, we're on our 3rd week, and you said 3 FMLs ago, or 2 FMLs ago, because this is the 3rd that you were recommended watching it, there's the full 7 days. There's the full 7 days. I will concede. But why the fuck haven't you watched all of it? It's not that long.
I've had to watch Starfleet Academy. I've had to watch fucking One Piece season 2. And here's the thing. I'm not just going to put it on the background and doing other stuff. I'm watching it, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm committing to it.
Surely you're committed to it. Hey, if you miss Starfleet Academy, at least you can consume the good Starfleet Academy content.
What's that?
The game. It has William Shatner in it. It has William Shatner in it, George Takei. That's what they based Starfleet Academy on. Is the video game.
No thanks.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a good game. It's like a action flight sim.
Look, I haven't watched it or I haven't played it. Cowboy Bebop is okay so far. I'm not like super digging it, but you know, it's all right.
It's your opinion. You're allowed to have it.
Yeah. I don't hate it as much as other animes I've watched.
I'm just suddenly feeling like fuck my life episode 31's not going to happen, you know? How can you not feel captivated by Cowboy Bebop? The music, the art style, the characters are super cool.
Characters are pretty cool.
Okay.
Faye got introduced in episode 3 or something.
Well, maybe you should finish watching it and then
I do. My favorite part
give
is
us
the
your
intro
thoughts
music.
on it.
My favorite part is the intro.
That's the only part you like?
I said it's my favorite part.
Yeah, but usually that's like the best part, your favorite part. You don't think like, ooh, like the characters are maybe the best part, or like, hey, this story's really cool.
I'm not sold on them yet. Look, so I feel like especially the first couple
I
episodes.
mean, the intro's amazing. Don't get me wrong. The intro's fantastic.
I feel like the first couple episodes are rather like disconnected in terms of like an overall story, as opposed to just, hey, I'm going to hunt this bounty. Hey, I'm going to hunt this bounty. Do you know what I mean? And now it's starting to build a little bit. So
I guess, but it also would build faster if you watched it faster. Just an idea.
Maybe you should fucking recommend that I do it more like quicker, and then I'll just take a longer amount of time.
See, I would say, oh, by the next FML, you have to watch it all, but you're gonna be so fucking busy. Oh, I can't watch an episode of anime after MegaCon, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it this week. You know,
I'm not gonna be able to do shit this week. I'm all booked up. I'm a busy person.
Yes. Anyway, Ludicrous, thank you for the 10. Just watch anime. You, Garamy and Gary spend hours hating on live action shows, eat the frog, watch animation. There's a lot of good anime out there. There really is. I just got all my free run pops.
Haven't found it yet, but maybe.
I hate pops. They're the only pops I owned 2 pops before the free run pops. But I got
the only pop Funkos that I've ever bought and that weren't bought for me or and sent to my PO box.
What?
Knights of the Old Republic. Revan and Malik.
Wait, what the fuck do you mean there's Knights of the Old Republic Funko Pops?
They were GameStop exclusives several years ago. There was a Revan and a Malik that got released. I have them. I'll find them.
KOTOR Funko Pop. I'm checking eBay real quick. What do you mean there's KOTOR Funko Pops? What the fuck? And none of you bitches told me that these exist. $40 for Revan!
Look.
Shh. What the fuck? And I don't own them? Oh, I know what I'm going to be buying tonight.
Only at GameStop, bitch. See? Those are the only ones that I've ever bought in my life. Why are you still on me?
I didn't know. I was changing it. I didn't know that they had come out with KOTOR ones. I'm going to have to get them. My problem is like, I just don't like Funko Pops. I think Funko Pops are stupid as hell. I bought the free run ones because I personally really love the anime. I think that it's really good. But I just generally think that they're kind of trash. Like, I don't know. I'd rather put the money towards a good quality statue if I want something. It's like
I'm not huge into like action figures or Funko Pops or whatever. I've got given a couple awesome fucking statues from people, some Star Wars ones that I have downstairs. I've got I bought an Anakin. But I got given like a Yoda and a Ki-Adi-Mundi and a Plo Koon and like the whole Jedi Council and shit, which is amazing, and I love them. But it's not something I typically go out and spend money on. I will buy on occasion some like Black Series figures. Like I've got Jaina Solo up there. I've got Revan. I've got Jedi Revan. I've got Darth Nihilus. Like that's the kind of stuff I buy. And
those are higher quality. So that's also another big element is like the level of quality versus the price that you're paying. Yeah.
And like up here on the wall, I've got Prince Zizor, Dash Rendar, Kyle Katarn, Darth Malgus, Revan, Nominor. So like I very much captivate to like the expanded universe characters for the most part, like the ones that I get. But yeah, I'm not huge into like figures or statues. I think they're awesome. I just can't justify spending the money on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think I sent it to you a couple weeks ago, but there's like $1,000 Revan statue or like 600 for the base and 1,000. That stuff is very cool. And I would rather instead of buying like 10 small Revan figures or like a Revan pop and a Revan action figure, I'd rather spend the money on a full-blown statue. But a lot of things don't have good quality full-blown statues. And I'm a little bit picky where I want to buy officially licensed statues to support the creators. It's like there's a lot of Silk Song statues that look sick as hell, but the money's not going to Team Cherry. God damn, that's ugly as hell.
I got given this one. Wiley Dave sent me this just for the record.
Stunning and brave. But there's no like officially licensed Silk Song statues or none that I wanted to buy. And so it's like, do I buy just a Chinese knockoff 3D printed Silk Song statue, or do I wait until they put out official merch? So it's tough. But
almost baseball season, Vera.
I know, I used to like baseball. I don't really care anymore.
Well.
So way the cookie crumbles. Jake Stanley, thank you for the 5. Ryan two-handing the bottle is fucking hilarious. I'm too drunk to make fun of him though. Cheers.
So it is too dangerous to just one hand this. Like, I mean, I can lift it and stuff. The idea of pouring it, I might spill. It's rather heavy. So I just don't want to spill it on myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that. Ludacris. Thank you for the $52 super chat. I'm pouring the other shot. I'm pouring it. Don't worry. I'm going. Vera, get the MegaCon cut. Maybe one day I'll go to a MegaCon. Maybe one year. But not this year. That's for sure. I mean, go outside. What gamers actually do that?
You wouldn't be able to get in the meetup anyway, Vera. It's all sold out, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure. I'm so heartbroken by the fact that I wouldn't be able to go to the meetup.
You would be if you came down here.
Maybe one day. Maybe next time I will. Just not this time. That's okay. Thank you for the 52, though. Much appreciated. Thank you. Very grateful. Too many shots. Will survive, though. The back of my throat is killing me. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's why I've had to space out the shots, because it legitimately hurts. But I'll survive.
There's so many things to say there, but I will refrain.
Woman throat comments. Insert here. Gratz Vera ratioing.
That would have been the joke, yes.
Yeah. Gratz Vera ratioing the number of actual players. Yeah, I think my live stream had gotten to. Let me check real quick.
Got more people watching now than there were watching or were playing whatever that is. My
highest was 1450.
Damn,
so,
that's crazy.
So 1,000 more than their shit ass game title. But I did get the screenshot of getting 1348, which I thought was just
that's fun.
Perfect. It was so fucking good, because when I was streaming it, I think that the max it had gotten to was like 275. I think that was the highest from when I started the stream, which was only like 7 or 8 hours after it released on, or no, it was probably like 10 hours or so after it had released on Steam. So it had already lost like half of its player base in that time frame, which is just so hilarious. But thank you for the 2. And Archer, thank you for the 2. 1348, somebody's government funding check bounced. It's honestly pretty pathetic that this has happened, that we continue to get games like this where they feel that it's acceptable to release something that is low quality, but yet their focus is pushing an agenda. We know that's how these cultural Marxists are. They will put the agenda and the narrative above everything else. But the fact that it's just so bad is mind-blowing, because they have seemingly been working on this game for 7 years. Their studio has their studio has been a studio for 7 years, and they've never put anything else out. So were they working on something else and canceled it because it was so fucking abysmal, or were they working on this for 7 years?
They were actually working on the KOTOR remake secretly. Which
probably, I mean, at this fucking point, wouldn't even shock me. That game's never coming out. Oh, it's doing great. It's doing amazing. The development's going along so well. We know that that is
Like,
a
what's the last thing
straight
you
up
heard?
lie.
It's
Sam
still in
Max got
development.
fired.
That's all I'm allowed to say.
Yeah. It's again, it's a game that I would love to get a remake, but also I know that the remake is going to be bad. Like Revan's going to be some non-binary fuck who you customize. Juhani's just going to be an outright slay girl lesbian. Canderous Ordo is probably going to be fucking Karth on the ship. Like it's just it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It's not going to be a good one.
And when you go to approach Karth about what him and Canderous were doing in the maintenance bay, he's going to be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. There's
like KOTOR, like
there's so much they can do to fuck it up.
KOTOR a chance, and I get it because it is old and it is like it looks old, it feels old, it plays old, but there's so many memeable moments from it. Like the idea that so there's a section usually in Talos or in Terrace where sometimes when you progress enough with characters, you get to a point and it'll be like, hey, it seems like this person wants to talk to you about something. And that's something that happens with Karth. Hey, it seems like Karth wants to talk to you about something. And so you engage him in conversation. You're like, hey, what's going on with this? And he's just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's like the prompt is, it looks like Karth wants to talk to you about something. And his response is, I don't want to talk about anything.
That's the unfortunate part. It's like, I would love for a KOTOR remake to come out and for it to be really good, but you just know for a fact that it's not going to be. You know for a fucking fact that it would be so bad.
Man. We had it, the Unreal Engine one.
Yeah, that was 75% done by fans, you mean?
Yeah.
Or like 80% done, and then they DMCA'd it and said you can't create this anymore, and we're going to sue your ass if you try to release it. Yeah, it's
No, I do
depressing.
wonder how I would have viewed KOTOR if I had played it when I was like 25 years old instead of fucking 15 or 13 or however old I was.
Yeah.
To like know if I would have, because when I got revealed as Revan, I didn't see it coming, right? Because I mean that game came out in 2023. I was probably like 14 years old or something. I didn't see it.
2003?
Sorry, yeah, 2003.
Well, KOTOR came out 2005, but
2005, whatever.
Yeah,
so I was,
I think,
15 years old. So
yeah, 2003, July 15th, 2003.
Okay, I was fucking right.
Well, it's all right. You said it's fine. Yeah, continue.
I meant 2003. I said 2023.
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
But you try to correct me, so but yeah, like I do wonder what my perception would have been if I would have figured it out or not. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the twist was fantastic.
Yeah. But
I played Galaxies, Tech the Drifter. I tried. I was really young when I played it, and I didn't really understand how to play. I had fun with it though.
Yeah. Fair enough. But boy.
Tommy says, "Don't correct Ryan. It sickens him." No, well, it sickens me if I know I'm wrong, but it sickens me if someone tries to correct me and I was right. Sickens me.
Well. Yeah, you were wrong, but that's okay. I knew what you meant. I got the gist of it. Clearly, you didn't fucking play it for the first time in 2023. Like, I understood what you meant. I was just clarifying for the chat because we were talking about 2005 and 2003, but that's okay. Well, I get it. Grofty, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thanks, Grofty.
Jake, thank you for the 2. We all get there. It is what it is. Cheers. Much appreciated. And Poncho, thank you for the 2. Man up, woman.
That's right.
I'll try my best. Corvo the Crow, thank you for the 19.99 to get the thought of Ex Voto out of my head. Who's your guys' favorite Song of Ice and Fire character and thoughts on the upcoming 3rd season of the Fire and Blood fanfic? It's so true because unfortunately that's what it is now. Personal favorite, it's Mance the Stance, Never Bend the Knee. I mean, I really like the Hound. I think he's really good in comparison with his brother. I think that Daenerys is obviously a very easy choice. I want to say Ned Stark, but at the same time, like, there's so many good characters in A Song of Ice and Fire. But It's tough.
I kind of love Jamie, not gonna lie.
Jamie's good because he has such a good arc.
Yeah.
But
like
I
as
love
of right
Cersei.
now
He's
in
in
the
the
book,
walls, man. He's in the walls. I love Cersei because of that.
like right now in terms of like the books, I do really love Jamie's arc and just
Yeah.
how he starts and your perceptions of him and how that changes and the path that he's on now to try to achieve some type of honor and redemption. I do really like Jamie.
Yeah.
I don't want to just say like Jon Snow, right? It'd be gay.
Right.
Say Jon
Yeah.
Snow.
There's so many good characters that are besides like Daenerys and Jon Snow, because obviously the story centers around them, so like they're kind of the safe answers.
I
But
kind of don't like Daenerys.
I do, just because I think that she's so different from a lot of Targaryens. But at the same time, when you see this
Is
other
she, though?
media, when you see this other media being adapted, like A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and you see how Baelor acts, like it becomes a little bit harder to like her, just because there's so many characters that are ultimately better than her or do what she's trying to do better. But I still think that she's a good character.
Like I think that Jon is a way better character than Dany.
I don't know. I prefer his character mindset, but I prefer her character arc.
I don't. So I don't think that Dany has as big of a character arc because she's kind of a blank slate. Like going into the Khal Drogo marriage and adjusting to that and everything. Whereas Jon,
he's got more established like guidelines and a backstory, and but with Daenerys, it's, oh, I was a orphan and everybody died and I had to be carted around. Whereas he's like, I was abused by my fucking adoptive mother. Everybody hated me. I feel like there's no out. I didn't form many connections with people except for like two characters. Like, so I get that.
Well, kind of, but more so like you have very much a baseline to which Jon Snow has decided that his life should replicate in terms of his morals and stuff, and that's his father, Ned.
That's true, right?
And like because we know so much about Ned, that gives us a lot of insight on Jon, and because of that, we kind of know where Jon's coming from with a lot of things, even if it's not set out and explained via Jon, just because we know the feelings he has about Eddard. And so when you see him start to have challenges and start to be presented with things that challenge that honor, and even him doing things that maybe aren't as honorable as you would think, to like swapping out fucking babies and making these deals and making these pacts, like it's very complex and complicated, the character of Jon Snow in the books versus the show.
McQueen, I don't want it.
Right.
That's all he boiled down to.
I think Jon in the books is a much more interesting character, even if he's not as badass or whatever as he is in the show.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think Jon's a way better character than Dany is. But maybe it's because I'm a guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do ultimately get that. But really quickly, for the last topic, which I wanted to talk about very briefly because I thought that it was hilarious. Victoria Alonso.
We've already been going 2 hours.
I know, but I did want to talk about this really, really quickly. Well, we did rant about like KOTOR, Ex Voto, whatever. But Victoria Alonso has now slammed the patriarchy in a new interview and appears to take credit for Ryan Coogler and calls Disney's Lucasfilm a success. Ryan, how do you feel about this? Do you think that Disney's Lucasfilm has been a success?
Well, can you just scroll down just 1 or 2 clicks?
Yes.
That's all you need. No, go up. I just want to see the picture of her dumb face.
Oh, yeah.
her like cerebral palsy face or whatever. That's all you need to know. This dumb bitch, fucking retard, calling Luke like. So for people that don't know, Victoria Alonso used to work with Marvel very heavily. She was a producer on almost all the MCU stuff lately. She is the one who famously has the line when she's talking about the X-Men, where she's like, I don't know if that's really an appropriate name. You know, there's a lot of women in the X-Men.
Right.
Like that's Victoria Alonso.
They.
Victoria Alonso is the one who went to some gay fucking awards and shit all over Bob Iger and Bob Chapek for the Don't Say Gay controversy. She ultimately got fired from Marvel and filed a lawsuit against them because she thinks she got fired because she was Latina and gay, as opposed to her just being a woke pile of shit. Obviously, Disney Lucasfilm has not been a success. It is one of the most famous non-successes that we have currently in terms of major IPs, considering the disinterest that people have in Star Wars. Now, whether she can take credit for Ryan Coogler or not, I don't fucking know. I think Black Panther is one of the most overrated movies. It's shocking. There's a big similarity between a lot of Ryan Coogler movies. They're overrated as fuck because they're about black people.
It is true. I enjoy them to a certain level or like a certain extent because they're not made poorly. It's like the cinematics can be good, or the cinematography can be good, or the acting can be decent, but the stories are really a lot of the times where they fall flat. But yeah, they do have the overarching message of, oh, black people are victims and white people are all evil, and so we need to do better, and more racism. So that's a problem with a lot of these films.
Yeah, like I think that both Black Panther and Sinners.
And Black Panther 2 is trash. The first one was okay. I like the first one quite a bit.
I'm talking about the first one. The first Black Panther and Sinners. I think those are the most kind of mid movies. Yeah. I don't think they're like horrific. I don't think they're terrible or anything like that. But I do think they're rather mid. And both of those movies, for basically the same reason, got fucking praised to high heaven because black people. Yeah. And like, yeah, Sinners got nominated for more Academy Awards than any other thing in history. They only won 4, by the way. Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor. And to be fair, I think he gave a really good performance. I didn't see Timothée Chalamet's performance in Marty Supreme, so I can't really comment on it, although I do think Timothée Chalamet overall is a better actor from what I've seen.
Absolutely.
But the Ryan Coogler thing is very, very funny because Black Panther is a monumentally overrated movie and Black Panther 2 is a fucking disgrace. It's weird that anyone's even talking to Victoria Alonso anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it makes sense because she is in the industry, but at the same time, I do agree, like, she's completely fucking irrelevant at this point. Like, why would anybody actually want to speak to her unless you are a straight up shill? And if you are a straight up shill, you wouldn't typically bring, I don't know, because sometimes they do bring up topics of like, ooh, sexism and racism, but at the same time, usually they just try to spew shit so that she looks better, and this doesn't make her look better.
No. I love the picture that they used for the fucking Geeks and Gamers article, though. Her stupid cerebral palsy face or whatever that fucking
funny. It is a pretty good
Bell's
one.
palsy? Is that what it's called?
Yes. I do love Marvel, and I do love Star Wars.
They shouldn't really call it X-Men. There's a lot of women on that team.
Yeah. Also, it was at the Thor Love and Thunder premiere. We know how that fucking movie turned out, so it makes sense that she'd look retarded in the image for the retarded movie.
So I believe what ended up being the big, like, the straw that broke the camel's back was for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which was a fucking disaster. There was a sequence, like, when Paul Rudd was walking down the street in which there was a gay pride flag in a window. Yeah. And they got asked to edit that out.
Right.
And Victoria Alonso refused to pass that on to the editing team because she's gay.
Right.
And
so
that
she took personal offense to it.
Right.
So she refused to actually
pass it on. That like really made everything sever with them. Right. Now, her technical reason for getting fired is because she went to a premiere of a movie that was not with Marvel Studios, that was something else. It was a breach of contract. That's why she got fired. However, she did then sue Disney and Marvel, and I believe they settled, a closed settlement. So I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, Marvel's better without a Victoria Alonso there. There's no doubt.
You really like this face. Next time you piss me off, I'm just going to copy and paste this fucking image and then send it to you and add some retarded fucking comic bubble over it. And be like, you're being a retard today. Please try again next time. So
she looked like in that picture, she looks like she sounds like Holly Hunter in Starfleet Academy.
Oof, yeah, she kind of does. Her voice really annoys me, but
her
luckily for you, will remove her from the screen. Apparently now, yes, she's saying Lucasfilm is a success, and she's slamming the patriarchy, which it's just all fucking nonsense. That's all that it is with these people is victimhood mentality. Constantly trying to prop themselves up and put themselves on a pedestal, and then yeah, when things fail, they blame everybody else and call everybody else an ist or a foe or insult them. So Victoria Alonso is no different. Not that anybody, I think, expected her to act
Expect
differently.
anything different?
Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. But we'll get to these last few super chats, and then I guess I'll let Ryan leave. I know. Oh my gosh. Fuck my life. He had to show up. Oh, I scheduled my day around this stream. I mean, every week we do. 30 weeks now in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm cool with it. I wasn't complaining. I asked you if the stream was on my channel because I wanted to know so I could be responsible.
I know, I'm trolling you. It's been a concurrent theme tonight about this complaining thing. Jeez, Ryan. It's okay. I get it. Harry Brownhall, thank you for the 1348 XU Hall. God, that part is historically correct. The fact that they beat each other up at the end though is kind of insane. I thought that it was going to be that they found each other and then like some white man stole her. But I suppose the narrative is technically better for them of, ooh, she was feeling like she was sick and tired of being wronged by the patriarchy. So I guess it makes sense. Section 71, thank you for the 690. Of course, Ryan loves the McD. Very sus.
Hold on. Everybody loves McDonald's.
I don't know if I say I love it. Love is like, oh my god, it's the best ever. I love it. I can eat it every day. I don't
How
know
many
if I
times
agree
you eat
with
McDonald's in your life?
Not many.
What?
I don't know. I mean, the last time I went to McDonald's was probably like 3 years ago.
All right. You're in the minority, much like the people that want 13.
Suddenly Ryan's like opinion discarded.
Yeah.
So
you are.
Yeah.
You're in the minority, just like the people that wanted 1348 Ex Voto. Look, McDonald's is not the best. However, almost everybody loves McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, I think that their food is good, but the problem is
hold on. Their food is fine.
The problem is like I would choose something else over McDonald's every day of the week. Like Wendy's is better, Burger King's better, Taco Bell's better.
You have no leg to stand on. Now that you said Burger King,
Burger King is better. Burger King's nuggets are better. Their chicken sandwiches are better, and their
Paralympics because you have no legs to stand on with that.
The only thing that's better at McDonald's, genuinely, I think, is their fries.
The fries are top tier.
The Big Macs are good. But their chicken sandwiches are better. They're better for their value.
Look, when Burger King had BK Stackers.
I mean, McDonald's is good. I'm not saying that it's some terrible, oh, I wouldn't eat it. But like if I have the choice, I'm gonna choose like Wendy's over McDonald's.
Okay, you said Wendy's. That is a kind of a hot take, but an acceptable one. The fact that you said Burger King makes everything else.
I think the thing is that Burger King has select items that I prefer, like the chicken sandwiches. I think are just better at Burger King. But
go to Chick-fil-A, dumb bitch. Like, what are you talking about? Burger King? You just said Burger King is better than McDonald's. McDonald's?
I would say
since you were born, Vera, McDonald's has been bending Burger King over the golden arches and butt fucking them raw to the point where you barely see any Burger Kings anymore because
I don't know. Whoppers are really good.
Into the dirt.
I still think that I would
Whoppers
prefer
are fine, yeah.
Big Macs over Whoppers, but I don't know. Whoppers are good. But I think it also boils down to I don't choose beef over chicken most days. So, like, I'm going to choose chicken. And so, like, I just think their chicken sandwiches are better. It is what it is. Ludicrous, thank you for the 10. Wow, Ryan, you're going to have to carry that weight. See you, Space Cowboy. I don't know, I still think the Cowboy Bebop, you should get through it faster.
I'm working on it.
Cajun Corey, thank you for the 5. I'm developing a new fragrance for introverts. It's called Leave Me the Fuck Cologne. That's pretty good. Thank you, Corey, for the 5. Very grateful. The Shantu, is that how you say it? Thank you for the 10. Hey, what are y'all's favorite part in season 2 of One Piece live action? Your favorite character so far? I haven't watched all of it. I would say that Nami's good. Zoro's good. I would say, yeah, I mean, probably say them as my favorite characters. Ryan?
Zoro's the only character that I didn't despise.
Yeah, like I'd probably say he's my favorite.
Yeah, Zoro's the only character I didn't despise. So he's probably my favorite. And my favorite moment was when he threw that fucking sword up and it went like right around his arm.
But yeah, I haven't watched it all.
Definitely nothing from the whale episode. Fuck.
Yeah, that is for sure. But thank you for the 10. Next week,
D. Luffy is gay and retarded.
I had a feeling you would probably say that. But ask me next week. I'll watch it its entirety, just in case there's anything else in like the last half that I haven't seen yet. Death of Marco, thank you for the 2 pounds. Positive note, you're enjoying Crimson Butterfly Bear? I am. Yeah, it's pretty good. I really love Fatal Frame. I think that Fatal Frame is very unique. I really love the like camera ghost mechanic, the camera obscura mechanic, obviously it's called. I think that it is a pretty solid remake. I generally am kind of sick and tired of remakes and remasters. I think that they're lazy, but they did a good job with this one. So yeah, I'll be finishing it up tomorrow during the live stream. Ryan's Medieval Girlfriends, thank you for the 5. I like that one a lot. Almost 200k on YouTube. Varadark Media, let's fucking go. I know. We are currently at 199, 623. So only a little bit of a ways away. Probably next week we'll be doing our 200k celebration. I'm not sure what day yet though. Let you guys know.
Where you're like, we're gonna hit 200k this week, and I'm like, man, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, the past 2 days YouTube's been a little funky.
There was a sub purge. Yeah.
There was a little sub purge. I didn't get hit too bad, but like I don't know the extent of it. But yeah, we'll be hitting it in the next like week, that's for sure. But thank you so much for the New Zealand 5. Ludicrous, thank you for the 20. Vera, fuck my life. It's okay. I'll forgive you.
Your name?
He did, yeah, but that's all right. I'm not too offended. It's okay. Unless you're David Jaffe and you say Vera. If you call me Vera, that's just fucking stupid. Starkiller Rob 421, thank you for the 499. F Karth, he leaves mission to die and runs off. I also love dealing with his son Light or Dark. He's gone and Mission's brother too. I like Karth. I think Karth is a good male character.
I like him.
So
I hate Mission. She gets so fucking annoying.
I like Mission, but because she's like the only annoying character. It's like you have these different archetypes for characters.
Archetype?
Yeah, archetypes. So because it's not like there's 5 annoying characters out of the 7 characters. If it was more than just her, I'd hate her.
I'll be your doom.
Yeah. But it's also a little bit of it's also a little bit of nostalgia talking.
Yeah.
Though they'd fuck her up in the
So I say
remake.
I say archetypes.
I say archetypes.
You should fix that.
Archetypes? There's no fucking A in it. Archetypes. Sounds like a Pokemon. Archetypes! I choose you!
So there's an E in it.
There is.
It's not that there's an A. You're missing an entire fucking vowel there.
Archetypes.
Archetype.
You said like archetypes.
I said it more properly than you.
That's okay, because you're not.
All right, listen. I got it
police.
fucking looked up. Hold on. Hold on. I got it looked up for you because
I say Vera's way. See, at least it's not me. I'm not the only person who says it this way.
You're not the only retard. Congratulations.
What the fuck?
Hold on. I'm sharing my screen. What are you waiting on?
There we go. It for some reason it wasn't like clicking it.
Archetype.
Archetype. I'm just gonna say it the way I say it.
Archetype.
That's cool.
Archetype.
Congratulations.
I
You
mean, I don't
win
need a
nothing.
congratulations. I've said it right my entire life.
You said it more like archetypes.
I was saying it like, so I say
You were,
archetype,
yeah,
but I was saying it with a little bit of like emphasis
enunciation. Yeah,
because I was
emphasis.
trying to display the difference between, yeah.
See, what's funny is don't care, didn't ask. Thank you, Ryan.
I'm just trying to help you. I'm not shaming you.
Goaltender, thank you for the $4.99. Some people are ashamed of their idiocy. Victoria Alonso wears hers like she's proudly accessorizing her outfit. The problem with people like Victoria Alonso is that their sexuality, just like we see with people, the color of their skin and their ethnicity or their culture, that's the only personality trait that they have. And Victoria Alonso's is just her sexuality. Besides that, she's got nothing else going for her. So that's the way it goes. She is, and she does the retard face very well, which is a little suspicious. And Tommy Campari, thank you for the final donation of the evening for the 2. Stop reaping, sir. Stop raping, sir. It's pretty good. I love that
a different
moment.
connotation with Sir Bennis of the Brown Shield, isn't it?
They took Brown very literally. I can't believe that they fucking did that. That is insane to me. Like, that's the craziest decision that they could have possibly have fucking made. But
it's really funny.
They made it. It is funny. I just hope that it doesn't change like the overall tone of the season. So,
like, if he's just black and they have him as the character, it won't be that big of a deal. Yeah. However, if because he is black, therefore they don't give him the proper treatment as a massive piece of shit, that will be a problem in the story.
Yeah, for sure. But Ryan, we're coming to the end of the stream. What have you been up to? What are your plans for the future? What's going on?
We got a big week coming up with Geeks and Gamers and everything, because we've got the MegaCon meetup. So that's obviously what I'm going to be focused on this week. But overall, just putting out videos, live stream. I live stream on Sundays and Wednesday evenings, and of course Mondays with Vera. Yeah. I'm also on Geeks and Gamers almost every fucking day. I'm on Friday Night Tights on Friday, obviously, and Sports Wars, where we cover sports on Sundays. That's about it.
Yeah. And next week, guys, Fuck My Life will be live over on Ryan's channel. We do rotate the show, so you can find us there. And in 2 weeks, you'll find us back here on this channel. You can subscribe to my second channel. All of the links are in the description to Ryan's channel, to my second channel, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, tomorrow evening I'll be finishing up, or at least I believe I'll be finishing up Crimson Butterfly Remake, and on Thursday Crimson Desert comes out, which I'm super hyped for, super excited to play that. It is a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time at this point, and yeah, that's going to take up the foreseeable future. Just for the final donation of the evening, Robert, thank you for the $1.99. Do you too like board games? I do. I don't play a lot of them though because people
need friends.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I don't really have a lot of those. So,
I'm okay with them, but again, it's like most of my stuff I do with people online at this point. So I haven't played too many board games lately.
Yeah, like generally, if I'm gonna do something with people, it's gonna be video games. So. I do agree with that stance.
By the way, Vera, there's 29 people currently playing 1348 Ex Voto.
That is absolutely insane. How could that happen? That's like a peak player count. That's amazing. Congrats to them.
That's rough.
That is. It's pretty pathetic.
If I randomly announced today that I made a video game and you guys should play it, I would expect it to have more than 29 players.
If it had 29 players, I think I'd jump off a cliff. I gotta keep it a buck. I think that'd be the end for me, so.
Well, here's hoping.
Yeah. Hey, at least I get out of my contractual obligations, am I right? So.
Hey, I hear you.
SBZ, Servant Berserker Zero, thank you for the 5 for the final dono of the evening. Like I said, guys, all of Ryan's links are in the description. We'll be back with Fuck My Life next week, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all so much for being here the past few hours. Thank you for all of your direct donations. Thank you for your gifted memberships. Thanks for your chats, for hanging out, for stopping by. And have a fantastic rest of your evening, everyone.